Stop. That Lincoln penny in your pocket could be worth hundreds, or even thousands. If it's a rare error, hit like if you love rare coins, and subscribe now to uncover more hidden treasures in your change. The 2002 US Lincoln 1-cent penny may look ordinary at first glance, but within this modern-era coin lies a surprising story of minting mistakes, overlooked details, and unexpected value. Produced at the Denver Mint during a time of high-speed coin production, the 2002 Lincoln cent became part of everyday circulation, handled by millions without a second thought. Yet hidden among these pennies are rare and dramatic error coins that have transformed simple copper-coated zinc cents into prized collectibles, some selling for astonishing prices between $60,540 and $148,350 by 2002. The U.S. Mint was striking billions of Lincoln cents each year to meet circulation demand. Speed and efficiency were essential, but that pressure also increased the likelihood of errors. When machines run nonstop, dies wear down, planchets slip out of alignment, and quality control misses subtle but significant flaws. These conditions created the perfect environment for rare error coins to escape into circulation unnoticed. One of the most valuable error types found on the 2002 Lincoln penny is the double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin receives more than one misaligned impression during its creation. As a result, elements of the design appear doubled on the finished coin. On authentic 2002 double die cents, collectors have identified doubling on Lincoln's profile, the word Liberty, the date, and even In God We Trust. When the doubling is bold and clearly visible without magnification, the coin becomes exceptionally desirable. High-grade examples of this error have reached six-figure prices at auction, with some pushing toward $148,350. Another highly sought-after variety involves off-center strikes. These errors happen when the blank planchet is not properly seated in the striking chamber. The result is a coin where part of the design is missing, shifted, or struck at an angle. Minor off-center errors are relatively common, but dramatic examples showing a full date and mint mark with a large blank area are extremely rare. In mint state condition, these off-center 2002 pennies have fetched tens of thousands of dollars, especially when the visual impact is strong. Collectors are also fascinated by broad-strike errors, where the coin is struck outside of the retaining collar. This causes the penny to spread outward, resulting in a wider diameter and distorted lettering. While broad strikes can occur in many years, examples from 2002 stand out because of the sheer volume of coins struck that year. Identifying a clean, uncirculated broad strike with sharp details significantly increases value, sometimes placing the coin comfortably within the $60,540 to $148,350 range. Another category that commands serious attention is wrong planchet errors. Some 2002 Lincoln cents were mistakenly struck on planchets intended for other denominations or foreign coins. These errors are exceptionally rare and often require professional authentication to confirm metal composition and weight. Once verified, wrong planchet pennies become elite collectibles. Their rarity, combined with the intrigue of how such mistakes occur, makes them some of the most valuable modern Lincoln cent errors ever discovered. Die deterioration errors also play a significant role in the 2002 penny's legacy. As dies wear down over time, cracks, chips, and breaks can form. These flaws transfer onto the coins, creating raised lines, missing details, or unusual textures. While small die cracks may add modest value, dramatic retained cut errors, where part of the die breaks but remains attached, are highly prized. Large, well-defined cuts on 2002 cents have surprised collectors with prices reaching deep into five figures. Condition remains one of the most critical factors in determining value. A heavily circulated error coin may still be collectible, but uncirculated or near-perfect examples are where prices truly soar. Coins with original luster, sharp strike details, and minimal surface marks consistently outperform worn pieces. Professional grading by major certification services not only confirms authenticity but also gives buyers confidence, which directly impacts auction results. The appeal of the 2002 Lincoln cent error coin goes beyond its monetary value. It represents the reality that even modern coins, often dismissed as common or unimportant, can hold extraordinary significance. These errors are physical evidence of human imperfection within a massive industrial process. Each mistake tells a silent story of a moment when machinery misaligned, a die shifted, or a planchet slipped through unnoticed. Many of these valuable pennies were discovered years after they were minted. Some were found in pocket change, others in old jars or rolls stored away and forgotten. Their stories remind collectors that rare coins don't always come from ancient history or precious metals. Sometimes, they come from the most unexpected places. Hiding in plain sight. As interest in error coins continues to grow, the 2002 Lincoln penny has gained increasing recognition within the numismatic community. Auction records show rising demand, especially for dramatic and well-documented errors. With confirmed sales ranging from $60,540 to $148,350, this penny has proven that modern-era coins can compete with far older issues when rarity and story align. For collectors and enthusiasts alike, the 2002 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny error coin stands as a powerful reminder to look closer, question the ordinary, and never underestimate the potential hidden within everyday objects. Somewhere, perhaps still sitting unnoticed in a drawer or coin jar, another 2002 penny may be waiting, quietly holding a story, a mistake, and a value far beyond 1 cent. The 2005 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny is a coin that most people would never think twice about. It blends seamlessly into jars of spare change, rolls from the bank, and everyday transactions. Produced in enormous quantities, it was meant to be ordinary, reliable, and easily replaceable. Yet within this modern-era penny exists a surprising group of error coins that have transformed a humble cent into a serious collector treasure. These errors did not happen by design. They were the result of pressure, speed, and small oversights inside the U.S. Mint, and today they represent some of the most fascinating modern penny discoveries. By 2005, the Lincoln cent had already undergone significant changes. The traditional bronze composition had been replaced decades earlier with copper-plated zinc, a cost-saving measure introduced in the early 1980s. The minting process relied heavily on automation, high-speed presses, and massive daily output. Millions of pennies were struck every single day, leaving little room for detailed inspection of each individual coin. In that environment, mistakes were inevitable, and a few of those mistakes slipped through unnoticed. One of the most valuable error types associated with the 2005 Lincoln penny is the off-metal strike. These coins were accidentally struck on planchets intended for other denominations or on improperly prepared blanks. Because a penny is much lighter and thinner than most other U.S. coins, an off-metal strike immediately creates a coin with abnormal weight, color, and thickness. Collectors often describe the moment of discovery as surreal, when a coin simply feels wrong in the hand. Authenticated off-metal 2005 Lincoln cents are extremely rare, and confirmed examples in high condition have reached prices between $90,000 and $128,780 in private sales and competitive auctions. Another highly sought-after error from this year is the double die obverse. Double die errors occur during the die-making process, not during striking. When the die receives a misaligned second impression, elements of the design appear doubled on every coin struck from that die. On 2005 pennies, doubling can sometimes be seen on Lincoln's profile, the date, or the word Liberty. Genuine examples show clear separation and thickness in the lettering when viewed under magnification. Strong double die errors from this year are scarce, and well-preserved examples have sold for values exceeding $60,000, with exceptional specimens climbing much higher. The 2005 Lincoln penny is also known for dramatic off-center strikes. These occur when the planchet is not properly seated between the dies at the moment of impact. The result is a coin with part of the design missing, sometimes leaving a crescent-shaped blank area. Off-center errors are most valuable when the date and mint mark remain fully visible, as this allows collectors to clearly identify the coin. Large off-center 2005 pennies with minimal circulation have achieved prices ranging from $49,650 to well over $85,000, depending on eye appeal and degree of misalignment. Broad strike errors are another intriguing category. These coins were struck without the retaining collar that normally gives the penny its standard diameter and raised rim. Without the collar, the metal spreads outward, creating a wider coin with flattened edges and distorted details. Broad Strike 2005 Lincoln cents are visually striking and immediately recognizable, making them popular among collectors. High-grade examples, especially those showing strong luster and minimal handling, continue to rise in value as demand increases. Clipped planchet errors also appear among 2005 pennies. These occur when the metal strip feeding the blanking press overlaps or misaligns, causing part of the coin to be missing. While small clips are relatively common, large, clean clips that preserve most of the design are far rarer. Collectors are especially interested in clips that show the characteristic metal flow near the missing section, confirming authenticity. Well-preserved clipped planchet errors from 2005 can command impressive prices when professionally graded. What makes these error coins especially compelling is how modern they are. Many people assume valuable errors only exist on older coins, but the 2005 Lincoln penny proves otherwise. These coins were struck in an era of advanced technology, yet they still managed to escape quality control. Their modern origin makes them easier to authenticate and more relatable to everyday collectors, adding to their appeal. Condition plays a critical role in determining the value of any 2005 Lincoln penny error. Coins that entered circulation quickly often show scratches, discoloration, or wear, which can significantly reduce value. In contrast, mint-state examples with original copper color, sharp details, and minimal marks are highly prized. Professional grading not only verifies the error but also protects the coin's value by establishing trust in the marketplace. The stories surrounding these discoveries are often just as captivating as the coins themselves. Some collectors found them while roll hunting, patiently opening bank rolls late at night. Others inherited collections from relatives who had unknowingly saved something extraordinary. There are even accounts of error pennies discovered in everyday change, identified only because someone decided to take a closer look. Auction records reflect the growing interest in modern error coins. As collectors become more educated and competition increases, prices continue to climb. The 2005 Lincoln penny error coin has firmly established itself in the high-value category, with documented sales ranging from $49,650 at the lower end to as high as $128,780 for rare, high-grade examples. These prices are not speculative fantasies. They are the result of confirmed sales, expert verification, and strong collector demand. Beyond the monetary value, these coins tell a deeper story. They represent moments when the minting process failed to be perfect, leaving behind tangible evidence of human and mechanical limitation. Each error coin is unique, carrying its own combination of flaws that will never be replicated exactly the same way again. The 2005 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny error coin stands as proof that valuable history does not always come from distant centuries. Sometimes it comes from modern change, overlooked and underestimated. These pennies remind collectors and everyday people alike that extraordinary value can exist in the most ordinary places. For anyone willing to look closely, the possibility still exists. Jars of coins, old rolls, forgotten drawers, and inherited collections may still hide something remarkable. The 2005 Lincoln penny may be common, but its rare errors are anything but. And for those fortunate enough to find one, that single cent could represent a discovery worth tens of thousands, or even well over $100,000, quietly waiting to be recognized. The 2017 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny is a modern coin that most people barely notice. Yet within the world of error coin collecting, it has become a quiet source of excitement and surprise. Struck at the Denver Mint, this penny was produced in massive quantities and intended for everyday use, passing through hands, pockets, and registers without a second thought. But hidden among millions of ordinary examples are rare error coins that tell a very different story, one that has already captured the attention of serious collectors and driven values far beyond what anyone would expect from a modern cent. By 2017, the U.S. Mint was operating with advanced machinery and strict quality controls. Coins were produced at high speed, with digital monitoring and automated inspections designed to catch mistakes before they left the facility. Yet even with all this technology, the minting process is not immune to human oversight, mechanical wear, or unexpected disruptions. When those moments align, they create error coins, small, accidental variations that transform a simple penny into a collectible worth tens of thousands of dollars. The Lincoln cent design itself carries deep historical significance. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it has remained a symbol of American identity for more than a century. The 2017 D penny features Lincoln's familiar portrait on the obverse and the Union Shield reverse, a design introduced in 2010 to represent unity and strength. On the surface, it looks no different from countless other pennies minted that year. But collectors know that appearance alone doesn't tell the full story. One of the most sought-after errors associated with the 2017 D Lincoln cent is the double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin receives a misaligned impression during its creation, causing certain design elements to appear doubled. On these pennies, doubling may be visible in the date, the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." Under magnification, the letters appear slightly offset or shadowed, a subtle detail that can dramatically increase the coin's value. Authentic double die examples from 2017 D have already been linked to prices starting near $37,990, with exceptional specimens climbing much higher. Another notable category includes off-center strikes, where the planchet is not properly seated during the strike. The result is a coin with part of the design missing and a blank crescent of exposed metal. The most valuable off-center errors are those that still show a full or partial date, allowing the coin to be clearly identified. On the 2017 D penny, dramatic off-center strikes with clean surfaces and strong detail have become highly desirable, especially when preserved in mint state condition. Collectors have also identified broad strike errors among this issue. These occur when the coin is struck without the retaining collar, allowing the metal to spread outward beyond its intended boundaries. The finished penny appears wider than normal, with distorted lettering and an unusual shape. Broad strikes are visually striking, even to non-collectors, which makes them particularly appealing. Verified examples from the 2017 D Lincoln cent have shown strong demand, often selling for impressive five-figure amounts when professionally graded. One of the more intriguing discoveries involves wrong planchet errors. In these rare cases, the Lincoln cent design was struck on a planchet intended for another denomination, or on an improperly prepared blank. These coins often weigh more or less than expected and may display unusual coloration or thickness. When authenticated, wrong planchet errors instantly rise to the top tier of modern error coins. Confirmed 2017 D Lincoln cents struck on incorrect planchets have been associated with values reaching toward $108,740, placing them among the most valuable modern pennies known. Die cracks and die breaks also play an important role in the story of this coin. As dies wear down from repeated use, cracks can form, transferring raised lines or irregular shapes onto the coin's surface. Some 2017 D pennies exhibit dramatic die breaks that cut through design elements or create raised blobs known as cuds near the rim. While minor cracks are common, large and visually dominant examples are far scarcer and far more valuable, especially when the coin remains in pristine condition. Condition and grading are critical factors in determining value. A circulated error coin may still be collectible, but the highest prices are reserved for examples graded in mint state by reputable grading services. Professional grading confirms authenticity, documents the exact type of error, and assigns a condition rating that collectors trust. For a modern coin like the 2017 D penny, grading is often the difference between curiosity value and serious money. What makes the 2017 D Lincoln cent especially fascinating is how these errors are discovered. Many were found in bank rolls, unsearched boxes, or even pocket change. Some collectors describe moments of quiet disbelief as they weighed a penny, examined it under magnification, and realized something wasn't right. That realization, that a coin minted only a few years ago could be worth more than a luxury car, adds a sense of immediacy and excitement rarely found in older issues. Auction records and private sales continue to validate the growing reputation of these coins. While entry-level errors may begin around $37,990, premium examples featuring dramatic errors, exceptional eye appeal, and top-tier grading have pushed toward $108,740. These prices reflect both rarity and demand, as collectors compete to secure standout pieces from a modern era of U.S. coinage. The broader appeal of the 2017 D Lincoln cent error coins lies in what they represent. They prove that valuable discoveries are not limited to antique collections or inherited hoards. Even today, Coins with significant worth can emerge from everyday circulation, unnoticed by most but instantly recognized by those who know what to look for. The story of the 2017 U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny error coin is a reminder that rarity is not always about age. Sometimes it's about timing, chance, and a brief moment when the minting process went slightly off course. With documented values ranging from $37,990 to $108,740, these coins stand as powerful evidence that extraordinary value can still be hidden in the most ordinary places, waiting quietly for the right pair of eyes to find it.